Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And before we fully dive on in, I just want to ask all of you out there if you guys could please drop a like on the video. It does help the YouTube algorithm greatly, and of course I always greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, let's talk about a few things. So in the last couple days, especially the last week, I would argue that around the entire world, we have seen change. Our global financial system is changing every single day rapidly. But some of the recent events, in my opinion, have accelerated us into the digital age of finance. Almost every single major organization tied back to the financial system is now experimenting and also planning their next steps around the digital revolution. I think right now is probably one of the best times to be focused on crypto. I see a lot of you guys focused on price. And again, like I said, I completely agree with you guys. I understand it, right? But this is also why I say that crypto is not easy. Anyone that tells you, hey, you got extremely lucky, or, oh, this, that, whatever, making excuses for your incredible wealth that you've created through, holding these assets through the worst times in the market. I always say, they're all haters. Listen, you will see people hate on your success every single day. But the thing about crypto is that it's psychological warfare. Every single day it's something new. We have this article come out. We have that article come out. All right, there's mainstream media FUD. The prices are down. This is why crypto is not easy. But as we are ushering into the digital age of finance, and as everything around us is changing, I want all of you to realize it's not going to be an easy path forward. It's not. But as we do look at things, let's go all the way back to 2020. This is almost now 4 years ago. COVID-19, the pandemic. Significant change came from the pandemic. I'm sure that all of you are aware of this. And it changed the world. And one of those big changes is the acceleration towards the digital age. Today, we've seen an announcement from Swift, and what they are talking about is ISO 20022. Obviously, standardization is a crucial thing to focus on. There's a few steps towards mass adoption of this type of technology. Obviously, we need a harmonized approach to standards, but then also we need a harmonized approach to regulations. And then from there, we need interoperability solved, which most of this is already in place. Most of it is already kind of moving pretty quickly. And ISO 20022 is really going to propel a lot of these financial institutions and these big giants around the financial sector into a new age of finance, if you will. It allows competition to be a reality. Smaller banks, even medium-sized banks, they can now compete with the larger banks. It also gives them an excuse to go out and trial new technologies and experiment with new technologies. And that is why we are here. That's why we are talking about DLT. That's why we are talking about blockchain technology. Because for the first time in history around our financial system, we are seeing a change like no other. This is also why I say that this is truly a once in a lifetime opportunity. Don't mess it up thinking short term. So let's actually look at this. So first off, we do see supercharge your payments business with ISO 20022. The transition to ISO 20022 and payments is now underway, and with it, financial institutions around the world are starting to reap the benefits opened up by the ISO 20022's rich structured data. And within this, they do talk about a few things. For example, they talk about the transition, they talk about why adopt it now, don't get left behind, and a couple other things as well. I do want to go over here to this clip that got posted by Riz XRP in response to the Swift article. And this is the head of payments products at Ripple. Now, before I play this clip, I also want you guys to understand that I did recently break down Swift with Chainlink as well, with the DTCC. We are seeing the world's biggest organizations around our financial system now experimenting and trialing things with major blockchain companies like Chainlink. This is confirmation of what's to come. Look past all the nonsense in the space. Leave your emotions at the front door. Stop thinking short term and think about some of the events that just recently happened. Now let's play this clip real quick and listen closely.
So ISO 20022 is a global standard for financial information exchange. This enables interoperability between different systems, straight through processing of payments, and rich data transfer. And it'll also foster competition because it's open and flexible. At Ripple, we've been aligned with ISO 20022 from day one. We've always recognized that this is the direction of payments and it'll be better for everyone. And we were really a first mover on that front. We've also joined the standard body to help contribute to how payments will shape in the future.
And I also do want to note on that, as we really kind of look at Ripple and what they have been doing around ISO 20022, yeah, they definitely have a first mover advantage on that. And also even Volante spotlighted this, as they did mention how, Ripple started really kind of the move with DLT. They were one of the first ones on the ISO 20022 list with DLT. So, if we actually look at Ripple and as we look at what's happening around this ISO 20022 standard, we're going to start to see a big push on the transitional side from paper-based payments and the traditional system to this new system within digital-based processes. This is a big change. Now, also, over on Twitter, Crypto Eddie posted a video, and it's actually the Axiology, Superhow, and Ripple collaboration, and how it's focused on building a regulated tokenized securities infrastructure, trading on DLT with instant issuing and settlement of securities assets, such as a bond or a share, built on the technology of the XRP ledger. And within this, there's a full-on video around it. It's also, there's pretty much focused on CBDCs within this, as you guys do see here from James Wallace. And there's a focus on, again, tokenized securities within a CBDC system with DLT at the forefront of it all. And this is big, right? Like, this is something to really kind of look at. And we even see here with Axiology, just imagine we have, of course, settlement and tokenized bonds or shares on the XRP ledger. And this could very well be pretty big. And here we have powerful technology of the XRP ledger, real world application for XRP ledger technology. And this is Ripple with Superhow and Axiology. Now, I did break this down in the past. I'm going to talk to you guys about it here in a second, but I said this is why I also tend to focus on security settlement heavily. Ripple has been progressing on this front, and they have some great collaborations already. Remember, the DTCC settles $2.4 quadrillion worth of securities per year. Welcome to the future of settlement. And here we have over here from Anthony Welfare. So I did include this tweet in a video going back to the end of July. Okay, this is when we first seen this project debut. Would you see great to have so much interest in this exciting project Axiology with Superhow? More details on the slide, image shared. You may need to zoom in. The first phase of the project, phase 0, the concept testing phase, was completed at the end of 2022 and developed a private XRP ledger sidechain to issue securities. This was then used to actually issue private company equity on the sidechain. The phase was configured with 0 fees, but the solution can use either native XRP or any other token on the XRP ledger sidechain. Phase 1, now in progress, will test the use of settlement coin for instant settlement using our CBDC manager. And here you guys have, of course, with the EU market. So this is Distributed Financial Market Infrastructure, FMI. And they do break this down. This is the EU DLT pilot regime regulation. So value proposition, distributed FMI for tokenized securities. Regulated fractionalization of tokenized securities. One layer regulated FMI instead of multi-layer custody settlement trading interconnected platforms. Secondary market for tokenized securities, AMM. That's the key secret sauce there. We also see process efficiency, automation, cost, regtech, saving, direct retail participation possible, issuance on the ledger of fungible token-based regulated securities, and then integration of regulated settlement coins, MiCA stablecoins, and CBDCs. So this is pretty big. And like I said, Ripple has always made it clear on what they are focused on. I've said it many times. There's a lot of great markets out there. We talk about derivatives, we talk about real estate, we talk about, equities, all of these big markets. Securities transactions and security settlement is a big one. We do know that the DTCC has already been working on blockchain. They've actually launched a private blockchain system. This is built on R3. In fact, if we actually go over here to Wrath of Kahneman, he did say, yes, DTCC's Project Ion is built with Corded to create a parallel T+0 settlement track for participating companies. No, there is no evidence of Ripple or XRP use. Yes, the Corda Settler DApp can settle with XRP. No Settler is no XRP exclusive, and it's not. And here we have 2 points. It's an exciting development in the build out of DA, well, I should say digital asset infrastructure that should benefit XRP in the long global IOV run. Could there be pressure to use XRP at some point? Hope so. No, SBI is an R3 investor with a PR about the DTCC. They are working on some pretty big things within SBI. Like SBI has been heavily focused on institutional grade investments and initiatives, and even talked about the DTCC many times. And also we do see reference in the tweets. Corda Settler just isn't XRP specific. XRP was the first asset implemented at SBI's behest when Ripple and R3 still had a relationship. And here we have, and by long run, I meant very long run, and it's not yet directly. So as we really kind of look at this, yes, there's a lot of connection back to, a few things with R3 and the Settler. But we have no confirmation that Ripple or even XRP are utilized at all within Ion. And I would argue that it probably really isn't. But one thing that I would love to note with a lot of these other private blockchains and things like that, in the world of digital assets and settlement and things like that, everything will need to be able to connect to one another. Anything of value will have to be able to be settled between any other asset. And how could you do that? You need a decentralized bridge currency. That's where XRP really kind of comes into play. But this was back in September of 2021 from the DTCC, building the settlement system of the future. And it's heavily focused on DLT. They've seen some great use case potential around it. We even see here, cryptocurrency, digitized assets, distributed ledger technology, and other innovations increasingly are integral parts of our discussions about the evolving financial services industry as firms, stakeholders, and policymakers assess the challenges of implementation and regulation. And this was back in 2021. And even if this is a private DLT and it's not using XRP or, whatever, I want you guys to understand that, we are seeing pivotal moves on the forefront of technology. And as more and more names like the DTCC and even Swift start tapping into DLT and really kind of integrating DLT within, clearance, settlement processes and things like that, it's very, very bullish for the entire industry, because what we are seeing is maturity and more of a focus on utility. And like I said, the DTCC is a giant, right? They've been heavily focused on cloud-based processes with API and DLT, which I just recently talked to you guys about, cloud-based processes and why you should be focused on the cloud and API plug and play. But also within this, right? So at the bottom here, you can kind of see the weight behind the DTCC. They have settled more than $2.3 quadrillion in just 1 year, by the way, in 2020. And these were all securities transactions. There's a lot of money behind these markets, and we do know that they are looking at DLT. They're trying to digitize this entire process, and it's happening. We even know this from recent announcements. Here you guys have from August 22nd, 2022. Project Ion platform now live in parallel with production environment, processing over 100,000 transactions per day on DLT. And then also just recently, they did have a full breakdown of Project Ion here. And even with the recent Swift announcement, how they are tapping into Chainlink and trying to connect different blockchains to Chainlink, it's pretty clear that we are ahead of the game in terms of the future. And I'm very excited about this. Even if Ripple and XRP, I think that too many focus on the idea of XRP being the only asset in the space. Even if Ripple and XRP are not utilized within these experiments and these major platforms that are launching, because this is actually a full-on launch from one of the largest organizations out there, it solidifies why we are here, why we are holding these assets, why crypto right now is still in its infancy, and why we still need to wait until we get to the point of utility and when utility actually matters. Like I said many times in the past, I don't really think that we will be worried about XRP's price when we are in a utility driven market. And the reason why I say this is because, even if, say for so Ripple and XRP are not utilized on this, we know that there's significant traction on the XRP ledger, and even demand for XRP as a token within a lot of other great initiatives, like, for an example, this project Axiology that is really kind of focused heavily on tokenized securities and CBDCs and stablecoins and things like that, which will demand a lot of XRP. And this is just one initiative. And I've always said, like, focus on the XRP ledger as well. Like, all of this combined is huge because all of it is creating demand. All of it is creating value. And with that, right, the token itself, XRP, like, as more and more XRP ledger demand there is, and even on the private XRP ledger as well, because a lot of people kind of confuse the two. Yes, there's a private ledger. Yes, there's a public ledger. There's only one XRP. There's no, private XRP that has a different value on it. More and more of this expansion within the XRP ledger side of things is going to create value as well as demand. And I look forward to the day where, we are seeing hundreds and hundreds of use cases tapping in to the XRP ledger, demanding a lot of XRP, especially around like settlement as well. It's going to be very exciting. We're still very early, like I've said. And like I said, I really kind of look forward to the utility driven market when we are in it. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.